Hey everyone, so we just finished up today another 3-week cycle of our modified 5-3-1 where we focus on overhead presses, squats, and deadlifts. And then we do some supplementary volume exercises with kettlebells, with some traditional martial arts-based weapons training, more to train the body and how to move and release power than necessarily training weapons techniques. So for example, today we did heavy deadlifts and then rounded it out with some pole shaking, 9-foot nylon pole, and then did some what I would call modified suburi training, kind of mimicking the motion of a sword, both from a single arm draw and cut, and then a modified kind of power release so using sort of a weighted implement that's a bit heavier than a traditional suburi or suburitu would be. That's it. Next week will be deload, so we'll do some more I'll say internal based training, so really working to strengthen the insides to connect the body and bring the power of the ground up the body and out the hands. And so you'll see more shaking based stuff as well as some knocking things over, some postural based stuff as well. All right, so let's get into it. So as I mentioned, with these deadlifts, we're doing a modified 5-3-1 program. So today's set is the third week of the exercise, and you would do a set of 5, and you would then do a set of 3, and then you do a set of 1 plus is your heaviest set. With this one, I start by warming up with the bar, and then I keep doing sets of 5 with first just the bar, then a set of 45 plates, then a set of 2 plates on either side. And then I start working up into my working sets, starting at 305, and then I'll do a set of 5 of those, and then I'll do a set of 3 of the 345-pound set, and then when I finish up, I'll do my set of 1 plus for the heaviest weight. And with this one, I ended up being able to do a set of 5 at 390 pounds. And here we'll just finish up with a weighted carry at a set of 225. So this next series of exercises is going to be really training the opening and closing of the body, trying to maintain a stretch of the best way to describe it is the stretch of the insides as you coordinate the breath pressure with the stretch of those insides so that they work together with the bones and muscles to move as a cohesive and connected unit. This type of just opening the body with the it's essentially a club, but it approximates a weighted wooden sword, heavier than a regular sword, is really stretching the body and holding the position at the end with balance and intent, and making sure that you don't have any tension spots as you do it. Then we move into what I consider one of the really important parts of after you've lifted heavy. You got to look for tension spots in the body. We did that with some of the holding postures with the club, but now it's how can I shake the power of the ground out the body, and this one we're going forward and back with the pole and trying to make sure that the power we generate from the ground is able to go through the body and then out the hands, and seeing how the pole transmits that power is a way to sort of test your body cohesiveness, how well you're able to express the power. I would say as I kept doing these, I was able to get more and more, I'll say, connection, and feel more and more like I was able to pressurize and release these powers in a way that they all kind of came together. And then really the last set is to kind of finish up with the club, letting it sort of rest in the pocket or groove of the elbow, and really try and pressurize the body with pulling all the tissues and the bones and muscles together, and then releasing it by slamming your middle through the floor and letting that express itself through your body out the end of the club. So what looks like kind of a swing of the club is actually like the whole body shaking that power out through slamming the middle into the floor. So that's it. So just a 50-year-old guy that's been training for most of my life in something or another, but these days really trying to balance between, workouts that build muscle, workouts that contribute to bone density so that you're durable and withstanding additional aging. Check out Grace Steele and the Barbell Prescription. Those guys are great. I'll put a link in the chat there. I reference them a lot. And then Dan John, from a kettlebell standpoint, I reference them a lot too. Both are great resources for folks that are looking to be more active, but particularly those as you're aging and wanting to stay active. And then the other part, the Chinese internal strength stuff that I do, being able to recruit bone, muscle, and tissue to generate power in unusual ways. It's been a fascinating study for it's coming up on the last 20 years. So it's part of my DNA as well. Anyways, thank you for watching, and stay tuned. Next week will be more focus on probably the deloading and internal stuff. So we'll come back and see what we do. Take care.